Okay, I should be back. I've been so, you know, all things considered, I've been doing this for what, 2 years now? This is the first ever leak of something truly personal. Oh my goodness, we just had a huge spike in viewers. Hello, y'all. Hello. The stream was stopped and restarted because of some shenanigans. But we are about to be doing passwordless authentication. We are working with a Svelte app. We are about halfway into the stream, but it needed to be restarted because of some fun user management stuff. You know, okay. Apologies for those of you who just started tuning in. Okay. Ooh, this is gross and very difficult. Because I need to be logged into Google in order to use Google Cloud. But logging into Google exposes all of the data that Google has ever captured on me to the live stream. Okay, I understand. This will be slightly jank. Okay. How about incognito mode? So, I have my Firefox, which is my like, oh, this is the window that I'm always going to be showing on stream. How can I make sure my taxes don't show up here? And this is my Google Chrome. You'll notice that it has pink along the top. And that is my warning to myself that, hey, don't show this on stream. This is where I have all of my like configuration stuff for stream. It's where I have all of my resources, all of my MLH stuff. And I have just pulled a tab of that out here that is going to act as only our Firebase console. So we just have another tab in the mix. Okay. We're adding another poll to this stream. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you judging me right now? You can type the numbers 1 through 10 into Twitch chat, and they will appear on this. With that, while that's running in the background, I'm going to get back into this. There is not, that I can see, a very good tutorial that is existing for SvelteKit and Firebase that is free and easily accessible for us. Again, if you want to have a good tutorial for this, Fireship generally creates really good stuff, and they have a Fireship Pro tutorial, 20 bucks. But we are going to be combining these things together. So I'm going to start screen sharing. This poll is very large. Golly gee, let's stop this. I appreciate it, Circuit and Pata. Okay, so we have our project. And in our web app, oh goodness, we were like halfway into that configuration step when all of this happened. So I had a bunch of stuff that I was supposed to copy. 40410, I judge everyone. 404, were you here? Usually I know when you're here because you're very active in chat. -1 programmers learn from their mistakes. Thank you, Shrey. Ah, here we go. Great, great, great. Here is the information that we needed. So we need this, and I just don't know where to put this. In our project. Okay. Let's take a look at a 10,000. How dare you inconvenience us with awesome setbacks that allow us to learn? I don't mean 404. My setback was okay. Okay. What we're looking for in our docs here is what we were looking at before, where we had server. No, not server. In page, we want page.server. That's if it can only load on. Often a page will need to load some data before it can be rendered. For this, we add a page.js module that exports a load function. Ha! Okay. Okay, I thought so. I thought so, 404. My YouTube account was logged in when I switch tabs to try finding a tutorial, which has never happened before because this is my first time using Google Cloud on stream like this. So it showed some recommendations, one of which was pretty gay. Oh, negative 10 billion bazillion, whatever. Okay. This actually doesn't seem like what we need. I'm honestly, okay. Then initialize Firebase and begin using the SDKs for the products that you want to use. Let's take a look at the Svelte documentation here. Yeah, okay, we can just throw a script tag at the top. Let's just do that. I'm currently setting this up as if it is a one-page app. Okay, initialize. Let's take a look at what libraries we need. We'll need auth and database. Analytics, authentication for web, cloud Firestore for web. Great. We're actually just going to be working with authentication today, so we're just going to start with this. So we're going to add auth to the list. If you all saw my YouTube, you'd think I was a dictator. That is, yeah, YouTube recommendations, YouTube and TikTok recommendations get to some pretty crazy stuff. Okay. Okay, so we've done this. We've initialized. And we are going to get auth. Great. We have now started that process. Now we can go back to, we've added Firebase. We've added Firebase to our JavaScript project. If you're not yet connected your app to your Firebase project, Svelte. Install the SDK, initialize, access Firebase in your app. Okay, great, we've done that. Okay. So now, enable autonomous auth in the Firebase console, and I can't open this link, but hey, oh look, I'm signed out. So we need to go in our Firebase console. Project overview, product settings. We don't want AI extensions, all products, authentication. Get started. Great. We want anonymous, enable, save. And then as long as we're here, I'm going to add, email password, email link, passwordless sign-in. Actually, then I'm not going to start with this because that takes more. We are just, wait, let me look at our minimum viable product again. Allow users to set public names based on anonymous authentication. Great. Open auth, sign message, enabled. If you've upgraded your project to Firebase with identity platform. Okay. Authenticate with Firebase anonymously. When signed out, uses an app feature that requires authentication with Firebase. Sign the user anonymously by completing the following steps. Call the sign in anonymously method. We're going to move our import up to where we want it. Sign anonymously, then signed in, catch error. Okay, great. So you catch and handle. The sign completes without an error. The observer registered in the on-auth state changed will trigger. Oh no, we're gonna need to deal with state management. We'll deal with all of this in the future. Minimum viable product. On-auth state changed will trigger, and you can get the anonymous user's account data from the user object. On-auth state changed. None of this is actually linked to any of your front-end code yet, but we will get there eventually. On-auth state changed, cannot find name quick fix. Okay. So now we have sign in anonymously and on-auth state changed. If user is signed in, UID equals user ID, else user is signed out. Okay. This is converting to a permanent account, which we will do later. Automatic cleanup, not dealing with that. Great. Okay. Console.log user is signed in. Console.log error code error message. I'm going to comment this out briefly, and we're just going to try running this. Okay. $500 internal error. Okay. Console. What happened here? Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Firebase Analytics is not supported. Okay, then let's just... Thank you, Ray. Let's just try that. Hey, okay.
Good job.
I mean, it's still broken, but it at least loads. Okay, uncaught and promise type error. Parent component is undefined. We're gonna do some console log spam. Okay. Whoa. Did we seriously just have one of those moments where you go to console log and everything works suddenly? User signed in. Okay, I'm gonna remove these. Okay. Then I'm going to undo this so that we have UID. Let us begin. And then we're just going to display that UID. Why is that? UID not defined, cannot find name UID. Huh? Okay. Let's try this. Okay. And when we refresh the page, it stays the same, showing that it's working with everything. We have authenticated anonymously with Firebase. Now, if we go home here, I get the joke. I get the joke. A JavaScript joke. Okay. Authentication. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is our user, anonymously signed in. Okay. Well, let's take a look back at our minimum viable product. Allow users to set public names based on anonymous authentication. Okay, so now we need to take this user ID and connect it to a username. So let's add, let's add an input. Why is that so broken? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I need that within a form. What does this look like? Is this... Okay, that is what I thought it would be. Okay. Theoretically, we should throw some front end or like styling CN UI sort of thing at this, but I'm not going to do that. This is just going to look kind of ugly. Ooh! Is that oof Samata for the ugliness or for my... Why did the JavaScript array go out of bounds? Because it didn't know its own length. I don't know It took me longer than I would like to admit to get that lettuce joke. I have had moments of rereading a joke like 5 times and then eventually getting it. Okay, so we have our input. And then we have a button that is submit username. Great. Okay, so now we want to have a function Smata, no, it was just casual. Okay. I mean, a casual oof is a good oof. Okay. Button on. Okay. Type text ID value. Okay. I'm forgetting. Oh my goodness. It's been so long since I've just used ID, username, name, username. Great. Label. For username. Okay, and now we have an input that is going to be of type button. No, type submit. Seriously? Something just feels weird about this. Okay. When using form, client-side JavaScript is optional. Okay, this makes more sense. Okay. Very appropriate, Pranav. Thank you, Riza. I just realized that in order to do this, okay. How to associate data with a user, Firebase.
In this episode, I'm going to talk about ways to associate Firebase users with data in the real-time database. I'll go over 3 different methods and when to use them, and also talk about ways to keep them secure on the back end. But before we get into that, it's important to go over a couple NoSQL database design best practices. If you come from a SQL background, you're used to designing a
Just pausing my music. Thank you, Fireship, for saving me as always.
Database that is completely centered around relationships. In NoSQL, we care less about relationships and more about the efficiency of the actual query that we're making. Consider a database design that has everything nested under the user ID. If you wanted to loop over just the users and display their username, you'd also have to load all the nested data further down the tree, which would become very inefficient if you have a lot of records. A better way to handle this is to keep the data shallow, so you only query for the actual data you need. Now we can start building some user relationships with Firebase and Angular 4. The first method works by nesting.
Gross. Angular bad. I don't actually... Watching 100 seconds and 50 seconds. Sorry, this is less for y'all and more for me. I will explain this later, but I just need some more context. And I believe, yeah, of course we need to spin up the database. But I was hoping, so I guess.
Angular sucks.
Okay, I'm just gonna slow down for a second. I feel like this has been a chaotic stream. What I set out to do was to set up anonymous authentication. We've done that. We have, when you open up the web app, a user is created for you automatically that is anonymous, that allows you to interact with the other things that we have in Firebase. But that is just an ID that is associated with you. And we use that ID in the database. Thus, in order to do anything next after this, we need to use the database, which is spinning up something new.
Imagine Angular. Oh.
Which I kind of forgot that we would need to do, which is a little bit foolish, but shows you how little experience I have with backend stuff. Because we're now 24 minutes out from the prediction deadline. And my first goal is allow users to set public names based on anonymous authentication. Then set up the theoretical systems to allow them to read write to the immutable database. We've done this. We have a user. We can read write to the database. The problem is that this first one is more difficult than the second one. I put them in the wrong order, which really messes up how I set up that prediction. I should have said, how many of these can I accomplish? 1, 2, or 3. So we'll see. I might end up just refunding everyone and creating a different prediction for our last hour, but we will see. So number 2 will win still. I mean, we will see. We will see how I do this. Allow users to set public names based on anonymous authentication. Set up the theoretical systems to allow them to read write to the immutable database. That's what we have. You need this in order to set the public names, because those need to be stored in the database. Okay. We're just going to look at Cloud Firestore's documentation here. Flexibility, scaling, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Integrate the Cloud Firestore SDKs, secure your data, add data, get data. Great. Get started. Because we finished our authentication. Now we need to store things. Create a Cloud Firestore database. Let's go to our console here. All products, Cloud Firestore. Create database. After you set this location, you cannot change it later. If this is your first database, your default cloud. Okay, North America 5. Sure. Start in production mode. Your data is private by default. Client read write access. Yeah. Okay. Provisioning Cloud Firestore. Because really, actually, we have not done this. Because this is, we need to set up those security rules. So we've currently done nothing. And remember what I said, that like, maybe I won't actually complete any of these. And what will happen? Oh my goodness. Oh God, this is a mess. Google. Multiple databases now available. Create and manage more than one database. Okay, sure, great. New disaster recovery in Google Cloud. I don't need that. Try the new query builder. Build queries. Okay, sure. Configure app check. What? We're going back. Well, that seems very important and useful. I do not have the time nor expertise to set that up. Okay, so we have a Cloud Firestore. How do I Okay, we'll deal with that later. We have our database. Denies all reads and writes from mobile and web clients. Authenticated application servers. Okay. Set the location. You can't use both cloud and cloud data. Okay. Okay, set up your development environment. Add modular API. There we go. Okay. We've already got the SDK. Import Firebase and Cloud Firestore. We've already gotten Firebase. It is just Firestore now. Okay, so we have auth, we have Firebase, we have auth, we have Firestore. Great. Optional, we're not going to do that yet. Initialize Cloud Firestore. Get Firestore. Wait, we already got that. Okay. Great. We have our configuration. We've initialized the app. Now initialize Cloud Firestore database and get a reference to the service. Okay. So just like we have const app, auth, now database. Now add data. Seriously? This moves so fast. I knew, okay. This is another instance where, just like Docker earlier this week, I knew that this stuff is designed to move fast and to be used for like the simple projects that I am using, to be set up to work with that. But I'm still caught off guard with how simple this is. Cloud Firestore stars data and documents which are stored in collections. Cloud Firestore creates collections and documents implicitly the first time you add data to the document. You do not need to explicitly create collections or documents. Create a new collection and document using the following example code. Import collection, add doc. Try. Users. Now add another document to the users collection. Notice that this document includes a key value pair, middle name. Okay. We have reached the 15-minute mark. Before our prediction comes true. So We're switching to our more intense music. And I'm going to clarify what we need to do, or what I need to do. Excuse me, Spotify. Please don't ruin this dramatic moment. There we go. Okay. Hype music. I'm like moving in place. Okay. Dramatic tension indeed. We have 15 more minutes before that prediction comes true. Currently, we have authentication working. But we don't have the security in place
Lots of music.
to ensure that our database is read and written to correctly by users, which theoretically might not even need to do, but I know that we'll need to at least look at it. And then we have allow users to set public names based on anonymous authentication. We have then allow them to create a permanent account with passwordless auth. To the people who thought I would get to point 3, I apologize. I am not going to be able to get there. Well, maybe I might, but we have 15 minutes. So our next step is to be able to write to the database with the username and then check our security rules. Those are our next 2 steps. We have 15 minutes. I honestly think that we can do it. It is, again, hubris, and it is slightly optimistic, but I think we can do it. So we now have a try here where we are going to I'm not going to use a form for this because that's no. Okay, we're going to create a function that is on username submission. Why is that? Why is everything here? Unexpected. Cannot find name. Golly gee, okay. I guess we set this up. Is that not? Okay. I thought that was how that worked. Wait, what? We're creating a new Visual Studio Code window. No, I want a new window. And we are going to open our old project so I can look at to see what the code I wrote there was, which we wanted it to be our Twitch control panel. Our Twitch control panel was a Svelte project that used the Twitch API. And everything was done right here. It is very good intense music. It's a little intense for the generic stream, but for the dramatic endings. Okay. So we did, oh, it's function. Okay, great. So function on username submission. Oh my goodness, I've been writing so much Python code recently that it is completely broken my brain. Great. Okay. We have a function on username submission, and this is going to have passed into it username. Which is going to be of type string. If you expect the syntax, if you did you add lang ts to your script tag? I did not. Great. Okay. So we have our username, which is a string. And when this function is called, We have an async function. Mr. Clueless, how early am I to the stream? You are catching the last 10 minutes. We will probably go an hour late again or an hour over again because there's not another stream, but I'm not checking that right now because we have a 10-minute timer to finish a like bet that we made with chat. Okay. We're gonna add a doc to the collection in our database that is users. Great. The two things that we have here are username, which is going to be username. And we also want to have UID, which is going to be UID. And instead of having this form, let me look to see how we wrote this before. Button on click function. Okay. We should probably be using a form here, but it is jank time. Wait. You are very early to next stream. You are like an hour and 8 minutes early to next stream. How to call a function on form submit. Svelte. In the simplest place, a page declares a default action, named actions. Named actions needed to invoke a named action. Quick heads up on what's happening right now, anyone if possible. We are trying to write to Cloud Firestore database, and it needs to happen within the next 8 minutes. Everyone who has a 2 next to their name is betting on the fact that I will be able to write to Cloud Firestore and set up security rules. Anyone that has a 1 next to their name says that I can submit to Cloud Firestore, and anyone who has a 3 next to their name, apologies, you've already lost. There's no way I'm setting up all 3 things. Okay. See, the problem is that this is saying using a post request. Let's try it. We are in the countdown phase. I have 7 more minutes. So routes, new file, page server.js. This is not a JS. We want it to be a TypeScript file. Great. Okay. So these are server functions. Easy peasy. You got this, totally not jinxing it. Yeah, we'll see. We will see. Okay. So we want to use this code. Register async event. But instead of register, set username. Which should have... Wait, no, but how do we do this? Ooh, oh no. Okay, we can't use this. We can't use this. I have not set us up to be able to use this with the way that I've set up our Firebase. Sad that I don't know Svelte, so I can't help you. Neither do I. I thought I did. I have learned that I really do not know as much as I thought. Okay. We're just gonna set this up the slightly jank way and it's gonna work. On click. We're going to call on username submission, and we are going to pass in Promise void provides no match for the signature event mouse event. What did I write before? On click. Ah. Function set username. Right? Oh God. 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Shh. Okay. Okay. Async function, set username. We need to get how to get value from an input. How to get value from input HTML. No, it should be JavaScript. Use the value property. Oh my goodness, this is gross. Okay. Input, get element by ID, username, value is input, and then we call on username submission, input value, HTML element null, input dot, what? Inner HTML, if you want to make a post request on a submit, maybe you can use the HTML form attributes. Yes, but we aren't using a post request. I don't have it set up to do that. Input dot value. Okay, it is dot value. Two minutes, 30 seconds. Oh my goodness. I think all of you who have 2 selected are going to be disappointed. Input dot value. Input is possibly null. HTML element or null, but it can't be null. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh. TypeScript value possibly null. Okay. Oh, 1 minute, 1 minute. Property value does not exist on type HTML element. What? Property, there's a space after document. Thank you. Value does not exist on type HTML element. It should be HTML input element. Oh, golly. Okay. Oh my goodness, we just hit time. So. Remember how I said that there could be a possibility that I don't get any of these done, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Guess what just happened? So, let me manage this prediction. We're gonna refund the prediction and we're gonna create a new one for the next hour. Choose outcome. I'm deleting it and returning points. Y'all should have all just gotten your points back, because I didn't actually finish anything. So I'm gonna double check. The prediction was skewed. It was, okay. What's coming up after this? Just double checking that I'm not going over into anything. Okay, yeah. Yep. So we have another hour before the next stream. And I'm having fun, to be honest. So I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna take a 5-minute break so that people have a chance to take care of themselves, so that I have a chance to take care of myself, drink some water, stretch, all that jazz. We will be back in 5 minutes with a new prediction because, oh, we're so close. We are so close. And then I think we can do it in the next hour. So with that, let me... We're going to open up our countdown screen. Oh my goodness, that Spotify song info is just wrong. Okay.
1, 2.
We're gonna switch songs, and I will see you all in 5 minutes.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Count what you have now. Don't count what you don't have.
What? That cut off so abruptly. Oh, the YouTube version is so much worse than the Spotify version, but it has been taken off Spotify. I need to make sure I find a good version of it. Well, that was a little bit of an anticlimax, but welcome back, y'all. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the after party, so to speak. Hello, 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 y'all. Hello, 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 y'all. We have 53 minutes until today at Global Hack Week, or yeah, today in Global Hack Week, day 4. And until then, I want to actually get something running. So we're going to run another prediction. And let me set up my windows. Okay. So in our minimum viable product, I'm going to redefine some things because I now know better. So what I want to do is write to the database to store username data along with the UID token from a non-auth. Great. Then we want to double check our /create our security rules in order to allow our web app to read /write to the database. Then transition our non-auth users to email passwordless auth users. Great. Those are our 3 goals that are rewritten based on the knowledge that we have gained over the last 2 hours. I'm going to start a new prediction. This time, a better prediction, a more accurate prediction. And it is, how far will Dimmer get before today in Global Hack Week? Outcome 1. None of the goals accomplished. Option 2, one of the goals accomplished. Option 3, 2 of the goals. Option 4, 3 of the goals. You'll have 15 minutes to predict. And I just want to say, once you submit, you cannot submit again. So choose the number of points that you want to bet wisely. We're going to start with the prediction. And the prediction has been accomplished. Oh my goodness, Way's voting for 3. Eclectic, all goals accomplished. Y'all are brave. I do not know what I would be voting for, but the prediction is live, closing in 15 minutes. Actually, I am going to, no, it would be wrong for me to vote on my own prediction of how far I've come. Ooh, we have 140 channel points. 150 channel points, 160 channel points, 170 channel points. Most people are going for all 3 of the goals accomplished. Brave, considering we only have an hour. But I support you wholeheartedly. Now, the thing is, the way that channel point predictions work is it redistributes points between y'all. So if everyone votes for 3 of the goals and I lose, I think you just lose the channel points. Like, it'll show you the ratios when you're trying to predict of your winnings to how much you bet. But so many people are going for 3 of the goals. Fascinating. Well, with that, whew, I believe in your ability and you'll accomplish all the tasks. Thank you. That is, I am really glad that I thought to do predictions here, because also next to the usernames, you have a number that shows what you voted for. So people can see, which is always fun. I'm gonna just keep that going in the background. You have 15 minutes to vote. Thank you, Pranav. And with that, we're going to jump right back into it. So the thing that I was having issues with before is that theoretically, in a SvelteKit sense, I would do this in a post request that runs on the server as like a serverless function sort of thing. The problem is that I have all my Firebase authentication stuff in this one page. I've written this as a one-page web app. And we can convert that. But at this point, I want to get a minimum viable product working without needing to deal with that SvelteKit stuff. Basically, I'm writing this as a regular Svelte app using SvelteKit just for the build step. I am ignoring all of the optimizations that SvelteKit can give us for the sake of being able to complete a project. Which, again, jank, I know, but I think it is jank that is worth it in this case. So the error that we're having here is value does not exist on HTML element. And what we want to do is HTML input element document.getElementId element ID, which will cast it. Oh, okay. So we just need to typecast. Okay. And we typecast this to HTML input element. And now everything's working. If I do that, great. Okay. With that, we're gonna save. It's running. Let's go to our app. Let's see if something just is. Oh, our button doesn't have any text in it. Type button. What options do I have here to label it? How to add text to a form button HTML. Yeah, but that's in the button class. Value. Okay. Great. This should have updated live. Hey, it did. Okay. So now, username dimmer from MLH. Set username. Woo! Missing or insufficient permissions, which I do want to say, I kind of thought of. I didn't say anything about it because I was hopeful, but it means that we reorder these to that. It's why I changed it to how many of these goals am I going to complete rather than to which goal am I going to get to. Let's take a look at our security rules. Rules. No, I don't view the docs on this page. That is the wrong window. Okay, great. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Okay. I should have muted my mic, but we'll see. Okay. Let's take a look at this documentation. Okay, 1, understand the Firebase security rules language. 2, set up authentication. We've already done that. 3, define your data and rules structures. As you define your data structures, consider the implications that might have on your rules structures. For example, in Cloud Firestore, you might want to include a field that denotes a specific role for each user. Then your rules can read that field and use it to grant role-based access. As you define your data and rules architecture, keep in mind that any rule grants access to a dataset. If any rule grants access to a dataset, Firebase security rules grant access to that dataset. In other words, you can't refine access at a subpath if you've granted access at a higher level in your data hierarchy. Okay, that makes sense. Access your rules, we've done that. Write basic rules. Test your rules. Okay. Has anyone said anything other than all of them? Okay. We've had some high rollers go into 2 of the 3 goals. Firebase security rules in Cloud Firestore and Cloud Storage allow the following structure and syntax. Service name, match the resource path, match path. The following conditions. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to change this because I'm realizing we don't actually have any data in our database, which makes it hard for us to do this. So how do we change? We don't need any of those. I need to, how do I change to testing mode? How to change one sec, just setting a timer on my watch so I can see how much time I have left. Okay, I have 40 minutes. How to change security to testing on Firestore. Firebase. Oh. Okay, so that is what it. Okay, we're going to copy this. We're going to go into here, rules. I should have been more careful with my formatting there. Okay. Okay. So this should theoretically allow us to refresh this page. Dimmer from MLH, set username, missing or insufficient permissions. Oh, duh. Okay, I understand now. I didn't actually read this. Yeah. Yell at me that my security rules are non-existent. Okay, let's try this again. That is data written to the database. Theoretically, let's actually check our database here. Data. Okay. So theoretically, this now would work. If we were to start hosting this, this would work for all of y'all. So I believe, write to the database to store username data along with the UID token. We have in our database our UID token and our username. Theoretically, that's working. Now, the real question is, I want to be able to, instead of displaying the UID token, display the username there, using the UID token. So, started, security rules, I don't care. Great, okay. Great, okay, so that's writing. Read data. Use the data viewer in the Firebase console to quickly verify that you've added data. I have. Import collection, get docs. I'm going to close out of this VS Code because it's just confusing me. Get docs. Okay. Theoretically, that should now allow us to get docs. Query snapshot. Wait, query snapshot for each doc. Okay, but we don't want to do that. We want to query. So let's query builder. Query scope collection, path users. Add to query. Count some. Where? Document ID. No. UID is equal to that. Great. Okay. I want to now be able to take this and use it as code, which would be lovely if it had that just as an option, but we'll see. Write some data, simple queries. Query cities where, oh. Okay, let's do this. So const initialize Firebase. Okay. Const users equals collection it says DB, but I don't know what DB is defined as. Oh, DB there. DB users. Great, right? Because that is in our Firebase here, users. And now we create a query. Query users. Do I need to define? Yeah, I need to define query and where. Okay. Get docs. Instead, we want query. Oh, goodness, not that. We want query and where. Oh, God, I know. Query where. Great. Where, in this case, UID equals UID, which UID is defined down here. So let's do this. Q is a query. So we should be able to now set this to Q dot username. No, we cannot. Okay. Great, execute a query. Oh, we haven't actually gotten the results. Ooh, golly. Okay. So we've created a query. Get docs. So now we run this. Await only allowed async functions. Okay, so we're gonna create an async function. Async function get username. Great. Collection, database users, user ID. Okay. Query snapshot, await, get docs on our query. For each doc. Console log data. Okay. Let's just create a button. Get from database. We'll have it on click. Get username. Save this. Let's go back to our Svelte app here. Refresh just to clear this up. Great. Get from database. That, we have a response. Okay, okay. Okay. Cannot find UID. Okay. Fine. Let UID equal this. I feel like this is the wrong way of going about it. There's some better way. Let username okay, get username doc.data .username. If we save this, internal error. Reference ID is not defined. Oh, I just have a typo somewhere. Let UID. ID equals. Oh, it just completely broke. Okay. Disadvantage with hot loading is if I have a typo that is so breaking that it stops the hot loading. Let me try refreshing this now. Hey, okay. We have a username that is working based on our anonymous login. So if I do this and I open an incognito window, that's not what I'm looking for. How do I open an incognito window? Is it not? It's a private window. Okay. And I go to this localhost and I get from database, I get nothing because I have not set anything. So now this is not dimmer from MLH. We set our username, we get. And now we can refresh this page, get from database, and it gets the right username. This one, if we refresh, get from database, gets the right username. That is unabashedly, wholeheartedly, check, write to database to store username data along with UID token from anonymous authentication. Done. With 24 minutes to spare. Okay, double check / create our security rules in order to allow our web app to read write to the database. Okay, rules. Allow read write if perform a simple query, get started. This is our authentication because we want to be able to do this later. Firestore rules. It's version 2. Allow read write if request.auth does not equal null. If match document. Okay, so we're going to restrict to all documents. But match database, databases in each database. But here, we're going to do this again. Documents equals users. We're going to let you as long as, whoa. Request.auth does not equal null. What are all the errors here? Unexpected, unexpected. Okay. Any document in the entire database. Structuring security rules. Match. Ah. Match document. Let's take a look at our actual data. Users. Users is our collection. Users our document. I'm going to move this up. So we say, you match this, otherwise false. Let's try this. We're still able to get. With security rules that should theoretically prevent us from doing anything. Like, our security rules are enabled. And we're still able to get. Now, okay, this might be breaking. What is my like lettuce alter ego? If I do this, will I get an error? Get from database. Ah, okay. So this is adding something new. It will not update if it's already there, which is fine. In our data, yeah, we have two things that are identical. If I delete dimmer from MLH, and I run get you, there we go, okay. Okay, so things are working. This is just only adding, which we will want to do more than that so you can update later. But our security rules are enabled. We have 20 minutes left, 2 out of the 3 done. The people who predicted finishing all 3 might be correct. Now we will just see. According to the goals that I laid out, the next step is converting an anonymous account to a permanent account. When a user signs up, the sign-in flow for the user authentication provider up to but not including calling Google. I don't want to use Google Auth, Facebook Auth, email, password, sign-in. Okay. Passwordless auth Firebase. Let's go back to this. In our Firebase console, let's enable this. App check, database, authentication. Sign-in method, add new provider, email password, email link. Requires additional steps. Save. Okay, so we have email password. On the sign-in method tab, an email password in the same section, enable email link. Click save. Okay. Send an authentication list link to the user's email address. To initiate the authentication flow, present the user with an interface that prompts the user to provide their email address. Then call send sign-in link to email to send the authentication link to the user's email. Great. Construct the action code settings object, which provides Firebase with instructions on how to construct an email link. Set the following fields. When multiple custom link domains are defined for projects, specify which one. This only looks like it works once you're hosted because it requires that link. I'm gonna sit down. I've been standing now for 2 hours and 43 minutes. This always seems so weird, just watching that transition. Okay. Adjust that. Okay, great. Let's host this, I guess. Let us... No. Oh, goodness. Let us begin. All products. Hosting. Get started. Let's install Firebase tools. We have 15 minutes left. At 10 minutes left, we're going to switch the music. Whoa. Oh, okay. Sudo npm install. Oh, goodness. Oh, when you mistype your password in one of these, it always sucks. Okay. Great. Firebase login. No. Sign in. I'm moving this away just in case. Continue, sign in, allow. Great, logged in. Now we run Firebase init. Excuse me, why did my keyboard just die? Is my keyboard out of battery? Oh goodness. Okay, I need to grab a cable to plug in my keyboard. One sec. Okay. Plug in, hardwired. Great, we're golden. Okay, Firebase init. We've already set up, I guess, just hosting, because we've already done the other things. Use an existing project. Oh my goodness, why are they sorted alphabetically? Let us begin. What do you want to use your public directory? Wait, I don't have a public directory. I guess we're going to use public. Configures a single page app, no. Set up automatic builds and deploys to GitHub, no. Okay, I guess npm run build. And let's hope that it builds to public. It did not. Did it build a server component too? It did. That's the thing. We're deleting you. We are now going to run Firebase and it. So we want client generated output client. Oh goodness, how do we? Okay, I know it is possible. It's Googling time. How to deploy SvelteKit to Firebase hosting. Change the adapter to the Firebase compatible one. Firebase hosting. To add experimental add-on. Okay, let's try this. We're going to run init again. We are looking to set up hosting. There we go. Okay. Okay, great. Now that has worked. ChatGPT time. Thankfully, we did not need it. Firebase initialization complete. So we've done this. Now it's Firebase deploy. Okay. Okay. I upgraded my node too high. Okay, we are going back to our terminal. This is a thing that we did at the very beginning. N. It's n install LTS, right? N sudo n install LTS. And prune. Permission to not sudo n prune. That pruned the wrong one. Let's install long-term support. And uninstall node. version. That's to remove all of them. Change which version is kept by nprune. I guess what I'm really looking for is how to switch active node version. You just need to do an LTS to switch. Thank you. That is actually what I was looking for. I just didn't think I could do that. Muxard. Hey, I just registered to the event and I joined to live. I assume this is API event. Yes. Welcome to Global Hack Week API. This stream, oh my goodness, I have 6 minutes left. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Okay. This stream is a slightly unofficial extension to a stream that was running from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time, and we're going until noon because that is when the next stream is happening. So in 6 minutes, it is today in Global Hack Week, which is a great first stream to go to. It introduces the other streams that are happening today. You can answer questions or ask questions, that sort of thing. The other thing is mlh.io/discord, I believe. Nope. discord.mlh.io. Great. I'm going to send this in chat. Thank you, Wei. I was trying to, there's a very specific side project that I've been working on that hates the link discord.mlh.io, but discord.mlh.io will allow you to log into the Discord, which is the larger Major League Hacking community, which will allow you to interact with people, ask questions, figure out about other hackathons and streams, all that jazz. I highly recommend you join that. And again, keep sticking around because in 5 minutes now, oh goodness, we have the next stream happening. Eclectic, thank you. That caught me off guard because I'm very nervous. Okay. Using N. You still need to activate the installed version. Okay. Node sudo. Wait. How do I activate it? And sudo n LTS. Thank you. N LTS. Great. Okay, now I should be able to run this, and we should be hosted. Oh my goodness, wait, I was gonna switch to the more dramatic music and I didn't because I was so caught up in this. Because we have 3 minutes left. Dramatic music. An unknown error has occurred. Oh no, again? File exists. What happened here? Oh my goodness. User string. Permission denied rename. Let's try that. Come on. Come on. 2 minutes, 36 seconds. Whoa. I was trying to deploy functions. What plan is this on? Spark. Okay. Great. Waiting for your first release. What if I don't want to use functions? No, this is where I'm just like getting absolutely slammed by my choice to use SvelteKit here, because it is set up to be able to run things using serverless functions that you write in SvelteKit. But I don't want to enable serverless functions because I want to be able to use the free version of Firebase. And this is a very anticlimactic way for it to end, but I think I have a minute remaining. So I am so sorry to all of the people who voted for 4 for that I would complete all of them, because I do not have the time and the expertise to be able to figure it out. I'm sorry, Eclectic. We are going to be ending. Samara, you can see all of our live streams on the YouTube channel. Oh my God. I have a minute before the next one starts. YouTube, MLH, why did I do this to myself? I should have ended earlier. Okay. Here we go. Copying this, pasting this. This is the link to see all of the recordings. /prediction. I'm gonna manage this. Choose outcome. The result was 2 of the 3 goals. Complete prediction.
Good job.
Complete prediction. Those of you who voted for number 3 will get your rewards. Congrats. Okay, with that, it is noon. This has been a wonderful and very intense stream.
Good job.
Thank you, Samada. I've turned off channel point rewards because it is the next stream happening. Thank you all so much for coming. Stick around for today in Global Hack Week. And until later, get banned, Bridget. Get banned. How do I ban you? Ban. Oh my goodness. Get banned. Okay. Great. Until later, goodbye. Stick around for today in Global Hack Week. I will be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Happy